Hello there! We're out here at 18th Street and Wabash, a recently redesigned intersection that got some great protection, but unfortunately, it's getting partially rolled back. So we're here to check it out and show you what all the fuss it is about. And this project also included some new protected lanes over on 18th Street to improve this vital biking corridor. So let's take a look at what is going on here. 18th Street doesn't just get you to and from the lakefront, it's a vital corridor for accessing some of Chicago's most iconic neighborhoods. Due west of us is the Mexican-American Pilsen neighborhood, which has some great tacos and panaderias. And just in the southwest is Chinatown. And 18th Street really is a key corridor connecting those, because to get to the Lakefront Trail, Chicago's biking highway, from the north, you'd have to go a mile away to Harrison, and from the south, probably to 31st Street. That makes 18th a really vital corridor for cyclists and makes it important to protect it and protect the intersection. Even though this project isn't even finished yet, it's gotten pushback from drivers, and the alderwoman of this area, Alder Dowell, is considering rolling part of it back. Let's take a look at what she said in a community email. While this corridor has had bike lanes for more than 15 years, CDOT did not anticipate the level of disruption the installation of protected bike lanes would cause. It's a pretty strong comment for a project that isn't even done yet. Let's hear a little bit more about the follow-up email with her revisions. After hearing community concerns, I requested revisions to CDOT's original design. The initial intersection redesign removed turn lanes on 18th Street and added concrete barriers, which create congestion and limited vehicle maneuverability. CDOT will remove the concrete barriers at the southwest and northeast corners and restore the shared bike/turn lane to improve traffic flow and emergency vehicle access. My office has been working closely with the Chicago Department of Transportation, CDOT, to ensure these upgrades benefit all users: residents, cyclists, drivers, individuals with mobility challenges, and emergency responders. Let's break that down. The city built a protected intersection to help improve safety for cyclists on a key corridor, but drivers found the lack of a turn lane annoying and said it caused traffic issues. So now the Alder is going to spend money to remove these protective elements that improve safety. That doesn't seem right. First, we should point out that there's not a robust traffic study saying that traffic is an issue on this corridor. The turn lanes might cause some issues at rush hour, but that's also when there's going to be the most bikers trying to get to work or other destinations, which is when the safety is most critical. That means that we're spending money to remove safety elements to speed up drivers maybe a few seconds or at most a minute if the intersection was really backed up during rush hour. It's not really a huge benefit. Second, we should point out that intersections are some of the most dangerous places for people on bikes, often because of right hooks, which is when a driver will turn right and not notice that there's a cyclist in their path. We actually had a recent teenager on Chicagoans Who Bike talk about this and talk about how he almost got hit because of a driver turning right who wasn't using a signal. These protected intersections with those concrete islands make drivers slow down, take turns more cautiously, and avoid those dangerous accidents. The benefits of a protected intersection aren't just for people on bikes. A February 2023 study by the US Department of Transportation looked at 15 intersections before and after they got these types of protections. And they found that the yielding of cars for people on bikes and pedestrians improved dramatically. For bikes, it went from 34 to 38%. But more shockingly, for pedestrians, it went from 16% up to 24%. That means that drivers are taking turns more cautiously and respecting other road users, not just people on bikes. And a big reason for these safety improvements is reducing what's known as the crossing distance, which is how long of a distance you as a pedestrian are actively in the intersection. With these concrete islands in the protected bike lane, there's less time that you're in the roadway, which makes it easier for people who walk slower, like the elderly or children, to cross the intersection within the signalized time. And because I love wheels and measuring things, I bought a measuring wheel so we can take a look at how much shorter the distance is with these new improvements. Look at that! The full intersection is 60 feet wide from the edge of the protected bike lane to the other edge, where the sidewalk begins. But because of the lane and the island, the actual crossing distance is 34.5 feet, making it a lot easier for people to cross, especially if they have mobility challenges, are older or younger, and just walk a little bit slower. To get a more on-the-ground perspective, let's talk to someone who uses this intersection almost daily.
My name is Eric Rogers, and I commute by bike from where I live in South Shore to my job in the Loop 5 days a week. And I frequently use 18th Street to make the connection from the Lakefront Trail to the protected bike lanes on State Street. So I was really excited at first when I saw protected infrastructure going in along 18th Street because it was going to, I hoped, solve a problem that frequently came up, especially during the evening rush hour. What would happen is a car would see that maybe a light was about to change, and they would quickly and without looking shift to the right into the bike lane and into the parking lane to try to beat the light. And this is a problem that resulted in me nearly being hit by cars a number of times that would be solved by the protected infrastructure. I'm disappointed to see that some of it's going to be removed, and I'm hopeful that the final design will still offer some protection and make it clear to drivers that they can't just move abruptly into a bike lane to try to beat a light. There are still relatively few complete and protected bike routes from the south side into the Loop, and it can be really frustrating to try to navigate. I was really hopeful that this was going to strengthen 18th Street as a protected connection to the Lakefront Trail.
So now we know a bit more about this protected intersection, the benefits that these types of intersections can provide to all road users, and the reactionary backlash that's causing it to get partially rolled back. This is unfortunately a great example of how Chicago's aldermanic system can stop progress in big citywide issues, whether that's housing or bike lanes. And if you're in Chicago, I'd really encourage you to learn who your alder is so you can make sure that your voice is heard about these types of issues. We'll leave a link in the description for how you can find your alder. And if you're interested in contacting Alderperson Dowell of the 3rd Ward about this project, you can find her contact info at ward03chicago.com. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you thought about this new type of video. We hope it was illuminating and shows you some of the benefits of these types of designs. Maybe you can apply them to your city too. Thanks for watching.
Unfortunately, just 1 week after filming, we got word that the intersection already has had some of the concrete protective elements removed, with more marked to be removed soon. So the intersection, as we filmed it, fully protected, is no longer that way. We hope that can change.